Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So I just finished my sketchbook and I've been really wanting to document my art process on YouTube for honestly quite a while now. So I thought what better video to sort of get you guys introduced to me and the way that I like to do things than a sketchbook tour. So this is a Moleskine artist sketchbook. I do not believe it is their watercolor paper, but I did quite enjoy it. It does hold up to gouache pretty well, and I do paint pretty heavily in here. I would say the only product that it doesn't really hold up well to is the Posca paint pens. The Posca paint pens really chewed up the paper, and I didn't like that. I will say with alcohol markers, it does bleed through a bit, but I just paint on the other side of the page and it's fine. I think it holds the marker really beautifully, so I still do use them in this book. I did enjoy this sketchbook a lot. I will, however, not be repurchasing it because of the fact that it was quite expensive. Moleskine sketchbooks are just really fucking expensive. So I did switch over to the Talon's art creations book at the recommendation of many of the sketchbooking YouTubers that I watch. So we're gonna be trying that out next. I'm gonna see how I like it. I've already done a little bit in it, and I do like it. So hopefully it holds up to my gouache. I've only used colored pencil in it, but I'm quite excited to see where it takes me. My stickers on this sketchbook, as you can see, I'm not gonna gatekeep the stickers, don't worry. This one is the welcoming sign of Forks, Washington from Twilight. I got this from like an antique store. I don't know where she got it. I'm sure it's fucking from Etsy. You can probably get the same thing somewhere online. This one is from a tattoo artist that I went to. Her username is Tatty Natty. It's like right there on the, ooh. There we go. It's right there on the thing, Tatty Natty with a G. She does great work. This one is from Kelsey J. Beckett. I got it from Patreon. I'm sure many of you know who she is. She does lovely gouache paintings. I quite enjoy them. And her stickers are gorgeous and shiny. I love how shiny they are. Similarly, this one is also shiny, and I love how shiny it is. This one is from a jewelry brand called Apt 5. I really like their stuff. It's like beaded earrings, and I think she's trying to move into fine jewelry, but there's only a little bit of that. Like right now it's mostly beaded stuff, and I'm subscribed to her Patreon, and every month she sends out some beaded earrings and a little sticker and a print. And so I quite like her stickers because they're always shiny. So you will see those on my next sketchbook as well from both of them. And just one last thing before we get into this sketchbook tour, I did want to note that I will not only be doing sketchbooking videos. It will be probably the majority of my content because that is what I personally do the most. But as you can see behind me, I also do costuming and oil painting. I don't oil paint as much as I would like to. Honestly, the main reason is because I live in an apartment and it scares me deeply. But I do sometimes bust out the oil paints and I get down and dirty. As you can see behind me, there's many more behind this canvas as well, but I'm not gonna move it right now. As far as my sewing goes, it gets way better than this, I can promise you that. I'll put some pictures up on the screen so that you believe me, but this is like the first couple things I ever made and they're all wrinkly and terrible and disgusting, and we're not gonna talk about it. But the mannequin will get updated with good stuff as time goes on. Thank you very much. And you'll be here to see it, hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that before we get into the sketchbook tour, that if you like this, then please stick around because there will be more of it. But if you would like to see what else I can do, that will also be coming. So just you wait, it'll be juicy. Anyways, let's get into the sketchbook. I do work through my sketchbooks backwards because I'm left-handed and I don't want to smudge across the page, so I work this way. And I also never do this piece of paper or this first page because it's intimidating and I don't like it, so I don't do it. Leave me alone. I don't want to do it. Okay? So this first page I did using the Turner Acrylic Gouache. I just found this picture on Pinterest, and I was really just following an Emily Hughes video on the way that she does gouache portraits, and I was just very much trying to channel Emily Hughes while doing this portrait, and I really like the way that it turned out. I still, very oftentimes I'll look back on my art and I do not like it. I really enjoy this. I did this a while ago. The sketchbook took me probably a year to finish. So I work through them slowly, but I think this still holds up after a year. There's some stuff in here that I do not think holds up, but we'll get there. I did not draw on this page. Almost every other thing is double-sided, but this was originally going to be a 100 heads book. It has like 100 individual pages, because again, I said I was inspired by Emily Hughes, and she is, I feel like, very known for her 100 heads videos. Let me scooch this. So I was gonna do that, and then I just got really carried away on this sketch, and then I got scared to paint it, so I didn't. And then I didn't touch this sketchbook for a while. I think this was like in February of 2024. And then, listen, I don't like this page. I'm not gonna talk about this page for long. I found this picture on Pinterest. It was a drawing that I saw on Pinterest. And I was like, I wanna make a little vampire OC about it. I don't like it. I don't like that it's based on somebody else's drawing. I think I was feeling very blocked at the time. And so that was the only thing that was inspiring me, so I drew it. I drew this on the eclipse day. It's not from Eclipse, but you know, Twilight, eclipse. It works. It kind of works, okay? Leave me alone. Of course, we have Bella reading her book when her friends are trying to get her attention, but she's like, sorry guys, I'm reading my book. I'm not like other girls. And then Victoria, okay. You guys, I love Victoria. She was always one of my favorite characters growing up. I don't know why. I just really liked red hair when I was a kid. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know why. So I always fucked with Victoria, and I'm really blanking on her name right now, but I usually know it. The original actress for Victoria, I loved her so much. I feel like she fit the character so well. I feel like she fit the description of the character so well. And the way she acted her was so like subtle, but it was there. Like, that was Victoria. And then Bryce Dallas Howard's bitch ass had to come in and be like, actually, now that it's famous, I want the role. And in my opinion, she was a terrible Victoria. I did not like her portrayal of Victoria at all, and I'm really mad that they recasted her. But that's just my piece. To fill in the space, I did a little lamb, because, you know, the lion and the lamb. And then I don't know why I did this bathtub in the woods, to be honest with you. I saw it on Pinterest and I liked it. And then I just drew a star there, because I like stars. I don't know. Yeah, that's this page. My next page is more Twilight. I started doing this one of Bella. This is also Turner acrylic gouache. And for some reason I hated it. I was like, it's Bella with her little cactus. But for some reason I hated it. And so I didn't finish it. And I skipped this page. And I actually did this page a couple days ago. Something that we will see a lot is I skip pages. And this past week has been I have spent my whole week filling up these little pages just to get the sketchbook finished so I can make this video and move on to my next sketchbook, because I want to move on to a new sketchbook, but I want it to feel like it was finished. So yes, I did this and I didn't like it, so I didn't finish it. And I don't know why. Looking back on it, it just needs more work. This I love. I literally did this 2 days ago, so like it's very up to date with like what I'm doing right now and the way I like to do things right now. I really like the way that the pink shines through. I really love this neon pink from Turner. It's gorgeous. And I love the way that I did this. It was very effortless, like whoosh, whoosh, and I like that. I'm trying to like loosen up a lot more. I'm trying to like let go more and get more expressive with my brushwork while still keeping things like representative. And I think that this is a really good accomplishment in that. And I still think it's like a good likeness while still being my style. This next page is the outfit that I wore to the Ren Fair. I made one of those like porcelain corsets, you know what I mean, out of like thermoplastic. And then I bought this sword at the fair. So this is a drawing of me. The sword is very exaggerated. In real life, it's quite short. It's like maybe that long. But this is me with the sword that I bought in my little outfit. And then a unicorn, because I really like horses and unicorns. And you will see that. I was kind of a horse girl as a kid. I loved My Little Pony, bitch Bella Sarah. That was my shit. I don't know if any of y'all remember that, but they were like trading cards. You could get them at Target, and they were like magical horses. And I love that shit. And I just made up like a Bella Sarah game to play with the cards that was kind of like Pokemon. And I just forced my family to play with me. And I know that they were fed up, but Hey. On this next page, it's very simple. There's just this picture of a wolf off of Pinterest, but I just was doing 2 values, no like real shading or anything like that. I was just like watching TV with my boyfriend and his roommates. So yeah, I did this, and then I'm gonna have to blur that, but a little transgender witch and her cauldron, except there's really no correlation between them, and except for the fact that they're on the same page. Anyways, this next page I did, and I really liked it, and then I painted over it with the Turner gouache. You're gonna realize that I love the Turner gouache. And then I was like told online that it would not smudge, and then it did. So I don't know what to do about that. It's still smudged. I did this one today, and obviously I did not put enough water in the gouache because you can barely see. You can actually see it better on camera than you can in real life, but it just doesn't look the same, so that kind of bothers me, but it's whatever. I really like this drawing. Let me actually bring it closer. I really like this drawing, so I'm a little upset about that, but it still looks okay. It's not the end of the world. Oh, and also, I said this smudges. This is Blackwing Matte. All of the pencil, like all the graphite in here is Blackwing Matte, and I always have, I took them out for this video, but I always have these sheets of tracing paper that I cut to be the exact same size as the sketchbook in between every single page that has Blackwing pencil in it. That way it doesn't get smudgy on the other side. Like, it transfers onto the tracing paper, but it doesn't smudge on the actual drawing itself. This next page is of my friend Kay. She posted this video with like a crystal, like she was just holding a crystal and she was posing with it a bunch of times, and I thought, I don't know, she made some video once about like, it was like she was like a wizard or something, I don't know, girl, and she said something about like pondering her orb, and I still think about it to this day. And then she posted this video and I was like, okay, it's like her magical orb, of course. And then for her birthday later, I drew like a good picture of her with a magical orb. I don't know, to me, Kay just has an orb that she can pull out whenever she chooses to. That's just how she is. This is a picture off Pinterest. Again, most of these are, but I actually don't know if he had a staff in the picture. I'm blanking, but it's a picture off Pinterest, and so is this one. I quite like them, even though they're very like rushed and simple. I quite like his face. But yeah, I just think that they're good drawings, even though they're simple. This page I might not even be able to show, but sorry, I'm gonna have to sit over here so my shadow doesn't cover the book. This page, yeah, I'm gonna have to blur all of this, but this is just, you know, some figure drawings. I wanted to make it look like a cool gradient of color across the page, and this actually recently inspired me to think of maybe in my next sketchbook drawing in certain colors, and then when I feel like I'm done with that color, like doing like a transition page into a new color, if that makes sense. But then the gouache would break that up in kind of a weird way, because I do paint in my sketchbooks a lot as well. So I'm not sure. I'm playing with it. We'll see. And the next page is some gouache paintings. I did this burning church based off of a few images I saw on Pinterest. I'm sure some of them were AI because, girl, everything on Pinterest is AI now, but whatever. I made up my own based on a few of them. And then this is, I think, inspired by, I saw some couples on TikTok doing like a couples pose thing, and one of them was like this pose, and then the color palette was inspired by I think Ellie Smallwood. I really enjoy her work, but I'm pretty sure she posted something on her story that was like this pink and blue, and I was like, ooh, I have to do that. So that's this page. I quite like them. I then realized I didn't have a swatch card for my Turner gouaches, so this is that with a couple of white mixtures up here. And then I drew this before because I thought it would just be cool to have like a black and white drawing on this page of all these colorful swatches, and it was cool. I was right. It looks really fucking cool. This is also from Pinterest. Everybody and their mother has drawn this, but I wanted to take a crack at it, and I really like the way it came out. This is my first like full color pencil page, I think, in this book, but I really like it, and I will continue to do more. This is the little fairy well. I really like fairies, like Unseelie Fae and shit like that, and like portals, so that's in there. Not Portals by Melanie Martinez, just like pools of water that look like fairy portals. Anyways, I really like this wizard that I drew. It kind of looks like Gandalf, but it wasn't supposed to be because he doesn't like do shit over cauldrons, but whatever. I actually modeled this in my home. I like took a picture over, like I have like a spherical lamp, and I did that over my lamp, and I was wearing a cape, and I had my broom, and that was my broom. And so I did my own reference for that one. So this one is fully out of my brain, mamas. Thank you. And so is this one. I wanted to do like Alice Through the Looking Glass vibes. I don't really like it, but it's fine. Whatever. I did this when Girl So Confusing with Lord came out. Loved that when it came out. Played it so much that now I kind of hate it, but I think this drawing is really good. I love drawing across the centerfold like this. It did get smudged a little bit, but that's life. This is a bat. I hate this. In reality, it just needs more work, but oftentimes I get to the ugly stage and go, this is terrible, and then I don't ever come back to it. And that's what happened here. So, yeah. The next, I was doing this like vampire themed flash sheet because for a really long time I was trying to become a tattoo artist. I drew this like vampire themed flash sheet because I really wanted to be a tattoo artist, and I think it's really cool, and I wish I had finished it, but I just didn't. And I don't want to anymore. Like I don't have any interest in going back and finishing this because I'm like not really, I could be a tattoo artist, but I have other ideas now. But I do wish that I had finished this because I think it could have been cool. This is one of those pages that I went back to fill, and then while I was watching TV with my boyfriend and their roommates, and then I just didn't finish it because I was getting really fed up with coloring this horse black with ballpoint pen, and so I stopped. This one is kind of it's kind of a remake of like a painting I did a couple years ago. I'll just censor it in the video. And I ended up doing like a digital version of this, which is on my Instagram. You should go look at it. This I did today because it was the last page I had left to fill in, and I wanted to do something really fast, and I was like, okay, dogs, that's fine. I did some dogs. I have these two portraits. I quite like both of them, even though they're quite different. This one's very smooth, this one's very textured. I think they both achieve quite different things, but are nonetheless good. I would not describe either of these as like a style that I like to do often or that I would like to ascribe to myself, but I think it's nice that I can do it. I like cats, so I drew some cats, and I was really, I think after these two pages, let me stop showing the titties. After these two pages, I was just really looking for something low stakes. So I did this. And then I did this, which is still pretty low stakes, but I really like it. This was inspired by the scene in Howl's Moving Castle when Howl catches Calcifer, when he's still a shooting star. I love that scene. I love the book, Howl's Moving Castle, and I love the movie. I love Ghibli so much. So yeah. This next page is, of course, the actual scene, and then it like transforms into one of his wings. I did this with acrylic markers, so that's why the colors look hideous. This paper does not take acrylic markers well. It's all chewed up and gross, but hey, what can you do? I like it, but I also hate it because the colors are terrible and they don't blend. This is Chappell Roan. I had like a period of time where I really liked Chappell Roan. Now I could like take her or leave her. I think that her outfits are gorgeous and stunning and amazing, but like after listening to the songs that I liked 50,000 times, I don't really care to listen to them that much anymore. And I don't know. I just don't find her internet presence to be that fun. This is a tiger with a necklace. For some reason, I didn't really go further on it because I didn't like it. But now looking back on it, I like it a lot. I really wish I had done more on this. I wish I had painted it or something. But again, I have no interest in really going back to my old sketches right now because I want to get to my new sketchbook. This one, let me tell you, I went through trials and tribulations doing this, and I really, really, really like the way it turned out, but it was like rough. I did this one a couple days ago, and it was just, everything was skewed so terribly, and she just looked so wrong so many times. I cannot tell you the amount of times that I erased her face, but hey, I got it to a place where I really like it, and I'm proud of the fact that I really like it after how much it took me to get there. So I think this is a really good drawing. I think this is a win page. This is a Buffy spread. Buffy is one of my favorite TV shows of all time. It is my favorite TV show, but also so is Queer as Folk, for very different reasons. Anyways, I love Spike, as you can see. And I also really like Giles. So Spike and Giles, I really enjoyed doing these drawings. I think James Marsters has a really good face to draw because it's very bony, and bony faces just, I don't know. I like having angles. I like having hard shadows. I find it easier. I found Giles a little more difficult to capture because of the fact that his face is softer, but I don't know. I think I got it. I think it gives Giles, but yeah, I really like this page. This one is a drawing I did of Perrin from The Wheel of Time, but like more so the book version of him. Of course, I think the TV show version of him is great, but I don't think that he has really that like blacksmith build. You know what I mean? Like, I look at him on the TV and I'm like, damn, he's got like tiny shoulders. Like, he has really little shoulders. And if you're gonna be like Perrin from The Wheel of Time, like, you need to be like a meaty hunk of a man. And so that's what I drew. I drew a meaty hunk of a man. And you're gonna also notice that I love to draw men. I love to draw naked men. I love to draw gay men. I like to draw gay men from the 80s, gay men from the 70s, from the 90s even. And this is, it's my Tom of Finland Perrin Abara, okay, you guys? This is directly off of a photo I saw on Pinterest. I don't know what wolves look like. Don't sue me. I also needed another low stakes page, so I did this. I think it's terrible, but it takes up space, and it's like not the end of the world for it to be terrible. It's fine. Next, I did some gargoyles, and I really liked them, but for some reason this day I was like really, really struggling with art block. So I did these and then I stopped. And then I skipped a page and I did this. And this is a picture I saw on Twitter. And then I was gonna do like a whole Hydra here. I don't know if you can see the remnants of it, but I gave up on it because for some reason I hated the way that he looked. But it's not because he looks bad, it's because it didn't look the way that I wanted it to. But now that I look back on it, it does look the way that I wanted it to. I'm just crazy. And so then, because I did this and I based this out in marker, I had to go back and cover this page. I did use my acrylic pens. Actually, no, I used different acrylic pens. I used the Artex acrylic markers for this page, and they did not chew up the paper. The Howl's Moving Castle one, this one, I used Posca, and they chewed up the paper like you would not believe. So I would definitely go for the Artex ones over Posca. This is also an image from Pinterest. Next, I did some animals, some dogs. I did this a couple days ago. Wanted a low stakes page, so I just threw in some animals. You can tell that this is recent because the lines are a lot more confident and they're way less sketchy, but they're still quite simple. I think that's something that I've been like figuring out recently, which I really enjoy. Sorry if my volume is like changing a lot. I have absolutely no sense of volume control. This is a swatch sheet of my Artex markers. I think this is hideous, but it is what it is. I did it in pen, so whatever. This one I did in pen as well. It's Lord of the Rings, Gandalf. I don't know why I drew a little pixie. Gimli, and then I was trying to go for like young Thranduil after he got like attacked by the dragon, but I hate this. I think this is terrible. Don't look at this. This is a Balrog, also like terrible. This next page I really, really like. This is Gandalf, and it looks like Frodo, but it was supposed to be Bilbo, and because this is obviously Smaug. And then I was gonna do like all of the dwarves, but that got really stressful and overwhelming, and so I didn't do it. But I still really like this page, so it's okay. The next page though, y'all are gonna gag. Right? I know you gagged. I love Galadriel. I have been obsessed with Galadriel since I was a child, especially this scene. This is one of my favorite scenes in all of cinematic history. I love The Lord of the Rings so much. You will see that soon. So yeah, I just had to pay tribute to this lovely scene of Galadriel. It's so gorgeous and beautiful. I really, really like the way that these turned out, especially the line work. Next, I've got Frodo. I did do this a couple of days ago to fill in this empty space. This is a marker drawing of Minas Morgul with the Black Riders coming out. Gorgeous, love it. It's very simple, but I still like it. This, you guys aren't ready. This is my main event. This is my magnum opus. This is the best thing I've created to date. My Nosferatu spread. Let me let you get into each of these individually. Really get into that. Really get into that. Now, I did these after seeing Nosferatu. I'm also working on a cosplay of that, but I'm like hand sewing it and it's taking me forever because I have only worked on it like 1 week in the past 2 months. So, anyways, I love these paintings so much. These are my Turner acrylic gouaches. They're so gorgeous. I loved doing this limited palette. I only used blues and then 1 brown and 1 pink. And I also use that palette for this as well. This one is much sketchier and much cooler, but I still really like the way that each of them turned out. I think they're both so unique. I think they're both so gorgeous. I'm partial to this one because her face is just, oh my god, like Lily Rose Depp is in the building. This is her. She's here. And I also did that with Kristen Stewart a few times later on in this book. But by God, am I gonna toot my horn right now because this page is gorgeous. Anyways, this is probably my thumbnail, bitch. Okay. Next, I tried oil painting in this book and then I immediately regretted it. But this was gonna be Crimson Peak spread, but then it got stuck together, so I was like, let me just... Yeah, okay, I don't know if I can show you guys this one. I might have to censor, but we're getting into some of my more adult art, so I'm gonna put a time for you to skip. If you're under 18, to skip to that part because the next part of this is going to be 18 plus. Censored for YouTube, but still, nevertheless 18 plus because I will be talking about adult topics. Thank you very much. I am very inspired by Robert Mapplethorpe's photography. One of my favorite TV shows is Queer as Folk. I don't know. I find something compelling about capturing queer love and queer sex, especially because I think I grew up in the era of like the sanitized like gay, you know what I mean? And so I quite enjoy the 70s, 80s, 90s, even early 2000s, like very sexual gay media, and I like revisiting that and like recreating that in my own art. So that's what a lot of this is. These are all photos that I found on the internet. Some of them are photos from vintage magazines that I own, that I scan in and then I draw them or paint them. So that's what these are. Not these ones. These ones are from Pinterest, but I hate this one. The face is just wrong. I love the way that this turned out. I think this is so good. I did this one today. The stuff that I've been doing this past week, I've been really enjoying. I think something clicked in my brain recently, and I've just been liking my art a lot more. This one is sickening. This one I love. I found these pictures on twitter.com. Ooh. Yeah, latex, really cool. This is from one of my magazines. This is from a numbers issue. I'm not exactly sure which one because I don't have it next to me. I'm gonna have to borrow this for sure. But this one, I really love the way that I layered all of this colored pencil. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I didn't use a single brown in this whole thing, but yeah, I still think it like gives the illusion of like skin, especially if I get you like up close on the color. I think it's gorgeous. Anyways, next, love this page. This page I don't love, but it's okay. I'm happy with it. I found this picture of the, and I really liked it, and I really want to draw it again because I did not do either of their likenesses justice. But I really enjoy this photo, and I will be doing it again on a larger scale in my next sketchbook. I am obsessed with The Wheel of Time. I love the books so much. They're my favorite books ever. The TV show it's good. It's not my favorite thing in the world. I do really like it. Amazon, Sony, please renew for season 4. Love, much love. Please do that. But of course, as a book fan, I do have my complaints. Every book adaptation has that. I can't remember the actors' names, but this is Elida Sadai and this is Joya Beer. She's also a Aes Sedai, but they never really call her that. This is the White Tower as seen in the TV show with Dragon Mountain behind it. I really like this spread. It did kind of well on Twitter. None of my other artists done well on Twitter, but it's okay. We'll get there. But yeah, I think the spread is gorgeous. Again, this is my Blackwing matte pencil. I really like the way their likenesses turned out. Everything about this spread is gorgeous to me. This one I just did off of Pinterest while me and my friends were watching Drag Race with my boyfriend. And yeah, I like it. It's fine. This one I did while me and my other friends were celebrating my friend Ellie's birthday. We were watching Star Wars, and so I drew Padme, but then we turned off the lights when I got to her face, and so that's why her face looks like that, and it's really bad. On this one, I had skipped a few pages from the Wheel of Time one, and I was trying to draw Moraine and Lan more book accurate, and I'm not really familiar with action poses, so I don't really know why I thought that I could like pull this out of my ass in like the level that I thought that I could, but I didn't, and I got really mad, and so I stopped. And then this was supposed to be Lanfear, and then it was just like so like, I don't know, like it was just not coming out right at all, and so I erased it and I gave up on it, and we're just gonna pretend that this page is not here. This next page is, this is me. This is what I look like. Oh, that was the worst tongue pop ever. But anyways, this is me. This is my boyfriend. And then these are my boyfriend's roommates. And then this is our friend Turner. And we are all watching Drag Race together. We're watching the finale. So I drew us. Anya Nerve deserved to win. I do prefer, okay, not that I prefer Lexi. I like them equally in terms of their drag, but Lexi is my favorite because like she's transgender and I'm biased. You know what I mean? Whatever. I love Lexi Love. Anyways, I drew this page in marker and Prismacolor. I really like the way the blueberries turned out. I think the blueberries are stunning and gorgeous, and that's because most of the work happened with the marker, and then the pencil was just an accent. I think the bluebells also look really nice, and I wish that this just didn't exist. These succulents are so hideous, and I think it's because I did them after the bluebells, which don't have a lot of color variation, but before the blueberries, which do. And I just didn't really know how to handle that. I thought the color pencils were gonna be able to save me a lot more than they did, so I was really loose and lax with the markers, and it just... I hate it. I really hate it. But love the blueberries. Blueberries are gorgeous. This next spread I did because I was inspired. Me and my friends watched New Moon together because we love Twilight, and some of them had not seen it before. And I'm Team Jacob. I know, controversial, even though I love vampires. I'm Team Jacob. I prefer the Volturi, if we're talking vampires, or Rosalie. But I haven't posted this yet because I cannot get my phone to take a good picture of it. Maybe I'll get a good screenshot of it from this video. But I wanted to post this on Twitter and be like, Team Edward or Team Jacob, and then let everybody fight it out. and get me some engagement. And this is what I mean when I say Kristen Stewart clocked in. Kristen Stewart stepped up to the plate. She said, hello, I'm in the building. She said, hello, I'm in the building. And so did Taylor Lautner. Now, let me tell you, this one was a struggle. Does it look like Edward and Bella? Yes, but it was a struggle. And it took me a very, very, very long time to get here. This one, these faces took me like 20 minutes each. Maybe. And they look so good. This painting, something clicked. Something clicked. I did this before I did the Alice in Wonderland at the very beginning. And you can tell that something clicked here and something clicked with Nosferatu. And you're gonna see another painting I did in a second. It's the last page, but we're not quite at the last page yet. I did this while we were watching New Moon. I wanted to do like an age accurate or book accurate version of Aro and Jane. I found pictures of young Michael Sheen and young Dakota Fanning, and that's what I used for these references. I feel like she looks a little too old, but I still like it. I really like the way that he looks. There's something slightly off that I cannot put my finger on in a way that like, I don't know. I know it doesn't look like Michael Sheen as much as this looks like Dakota Fanning. I think this actually does look like her. I was trying to go for like more so what Aro would have looked like. I don't think Michael Sheen is like, I think he played Aro very well, but like in terms of like book accuracy, I don't know that he was like exactly there, but I did want to incorporate like some things, like the way that his lips are shaped and like his jawline and stuff, so that I could like kind of give Aro in the sense that like it looks kind of like Michael Sheen, like it could be a derivative of Michael Sheen, but it's not him at all. And then this I also drew on that same paper when I was hanging out with my friends and watching Drag Race. I drew this little kitty cat, and it's really cute. I really like the face. And this was another kitty cat, and it was really ugly, so I cut it out. This is, I rebought the Himi jelly gouaches because my old ones, the seal broke and they got moldy. So I bought new ones, and I had the 28 set last time and I got the 48 set this time. So I'm liking having all these colors. And on my next page, which is unfortunately my last page, you guys, I know you've been sitting here for 38 minutes and 32 seconds. Wow, can you believe it? Give yourself a round of applause. We're about to get to the last page. And it's gorgeous, okay? We saved truly one of the best for last. I could not get Kristen Stewart out of my brain. She was in the building and she wouldn't leave. So I had to do Snow White and the Huntsman. Now, many of you are gonna say, Jem, why the fuck did you do Snow White and the Huntsman? That movie is terrible. And that's what my parents said to me every single time I asked to watch it on DVD, every single weekend when I was a kid. But let me tell you something. I was autistically obsessed with Kristen Stewart as a child, and something about the fact that I just figured out how to draw her face is making me re-obsessed with her now. And I'm about to go watch this movie because I did thrift it recently. So, Snow White and the Huntsman is good, and I will fight you bitches. I might retract that statement in the next video after I watch it, but I really like the way this painting turned out. I think the expression is not exactly accurate, but I still think that it looks like Kristen Stewart, and I still think that it captures my style. I think this looks really good. I love the pink showing through it. I don't know. I think this is a great way to end the sketchbook. Again, I don't really do this piece of paper because it's different, so I just don't use that one. And then my pocket is empty. I've removed all the stuff from my pocket so it can go into my next sketchbook because I keep stickers and swatch cards and stuff in there. But yeah, that was my sketchbook. This lasted from about February of 2024 to now, which is April of 2025. And now we're going to get into my next sketchbook, if you guys actually care about that at all. I've got two options. They're the same sketchbook, just different sizes, because I do really want to work bigger, but I'm kind of scared, so I did get another one just in case I don't make that leap yet. But this is the Talons Art Creation book. Of course, I've said many times that I'm very inspired by Emily Hughes, so I got this at her recommendation. And I've got quite the heap of stickers. There are even more. And so I cannot wait to dive into this in my next video with you guys. I really hope you enjoyed my sketchbook. I hope you enjoyed the way that I talk, the way that I do things, the way that I draw. I hope you enjoy my interests because that is all that I draw. And yes, please come to my next video where I will actually be drawing so you can see some of my process. I plan on doing portraits of the characters from Queer as Folk because that is what I am currently watching. I will see you all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and go follow me on Instagram and Twitter.